So I stumbled upon this podcast, I guess you call it, Caleb Hammer. Maybe some of you folks have heard of him. I've never heard of him until this week, and now I'm hooked on this guy. I mean, this guy is just entertaining as shit. For those of you who don't know, he gets people on his show, and they bring all their paperwork. They bring all their bills, all their credit card statements and so forth. I guess that's his deal. Bring all your stuff on my show, and I'm gonna roast you. And man, he does roast people. So between that and everything else that I'm watching and listening to, it all, millions of different videos of people not settling and people not, they want to live their best life, and they're not going to be, they're not going to penny pinch to no end because they have a life to live. And if I want to go to a music festival, I deserve to live a little bit. Well, you had somebody on there just recently posting a video. They spent $1,500 for Drake tickets that they put on a credit card. How much do you think that credit card is going to, what do you think they're going to pay on that credit card by the time they pay that $1,500 off? All right. It's probably going to be like $3,000 concert ticket. Are you kidding me, man? You want to see Drake? You want to see the best version of Drake? And I couldn't give a shit about this guy whatsoever. I would never watch anything Drake. All right. I'm a heavy metal guy, Metallica, country music. No Drake for me. But whatever. Teach their own. But you want to see the best version of Drake? Watch a YouTube video of one of his performances on your couch with the bathroom 15 feet away and the fridge 15 feet away. All right, you can pause it. You can get a drink. You can use the bathroom. You can do what you want to do. Crank that music up. Play it loud. It's the best version you're going to see. All right, you're not fighting. The sound quality tends to be better. You don't have to travel anywhere. That's just one example. All right. Today's youth, you're just spending money, and you're spending money, and you're crying because you can't afford housing, you can't afford apartments. Yeah, shit's expensive. There's no doubt about that. I'm not disputing that. Everything's expensive. All right, but the amount of spending you're doing you just like act like it's nothing, like it doesn't add up, is crazy. You got cable packages with the NFL Network, and I'm just going to make stuff up because I don't have any of it, and I don't even know what to call it. But, you got, Amazon Prime that you pay more for. You got Hulu you pay more for. All this stuff that you pay more for, and you're like, well, you get more channels. How much shit can you watch? You only got one set of eyes. You only got bandwidth to watch one show at a time. You don't need all these movie channels. You just don't. You just don't. Funny how I grew up in an era when you had 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 11. All right? Now, don't get me wrong. When cable first came around, you had TNT Network. That was great. TBS, holy shit. Classic movies, it was the best. Now it's just there's too much. Too much that you're paying for. You got some people on this Caleb Hammer show, they're in trouble. They don't have any money. They can't pay their bills, and they open more credit cards. One guy, he is maxed out to the max. And he goes out and buys a new Harley. Another guy has paying for an online phone game. Are you absolutely shitting me? You can't pay your bills and you're paying for all this extra stuff. 50% of the housing problem in this country is a spending problem. I'm convinced of that. The way I live my life is prime example. It's proof of a spending problem, because what I do with my money compared to what a lot of other people are doing, I'm getting a lot further in life, all right? And I don't make a ton of money. I go out to dinner once a week, not a fancy dinner, sit at the bar and eat, I don't know what the bill is, $60 with tip, maybe. And the wife gets some margaritas, maybe it's a little more. But, we didn't do that when we were younger, when we were really trying to, get our shit together. And then the car payments. God forbid some of you people buy a used car. Let me just tell you this. You have no idea, once you move out of your parents' house and you get on your own, you have no idea what it's like to go to sleep every night and not worry about money like I do. I don't worry about anything. And I don't make a lot of money. It's because I busted my ass and I did some smart things when I was younger. And you people, not to belittle all of you, because not everybody's like me. All right, not everybody can build their own house like I did. And 4-year project, and then it wasn't even done. It was livable, but wasn't done. All right, my wife got to stay home and raise our kids. She got to put the kids on the bus. She got to pick up the kids off the bus. She watched other people's kids, put other people's kids on the bus, because we lived so frugal and we were so smart. Well, all right, not everybody can do that, even if you're frugal, but the car payments are absolutely unbelievable today. And you guys, I got to live my life. I'm young. You only live once, blah, blah, blah. You're going to live whether you're on vacation or not. You're still living. You're still breathing. The old staycations where you just stay home and you take a week off and you just don't go to work, or take a friggin' drive, go get a hotel room, take a drive for 1 or 2 nights, but you don't have to leave the country. People are going to serious debt going on vacations. People are going into serious debt with these car payments because, well, I work hard, I deserve a nice car. You don't work that hard. You just don't. You're going to a job, you're getting paid, okay? You're not working that hard. Yeah, there's guys that bust their ass in the construction field, for instance, out there friggin' digging ditches and doing excavating work and carrying lumber and stuff like that. That's a little bit different. And don't get me wrong, you can work hard doing white collar stuff too, where you get done after an 8-hour day and your brain's fried. You can't even add 2 + 2 because you're just tired. I've been there, done that. All right, so I'm not belittling or negating the fact that you can do white collar stuff and call it working hard. But my point is, you're just working. That's what you're doing. You're just working. You don't deserve a $800, $900 a month car payment, and then you can't put a roof over your head. There's something wrong with people that just keep doing this. His and her car payments, $2,000 a month. And all of a sudden, geez, we can't afford housing. Something needs to be done. No, something needs to be done about your spending habits. It's crazy. Buy a cheap car, especially the guy. All right, you got to, the wife, give her a nicer car. Dude, do you really need a friggin' nice car? Do you really need a 4-door truck when you're just driving to work and you don't really use it for anything? If you want a nice car, you want to feel that power, go rent one once in a while. Just rent one, spend $1,000. A friend of mine rented a Viper years ago. He got the taste of it. He was like, man, that was great. I went to Pocono Speedway twice for my 40th and my 45th birthday and drove a race car. It was expensive, man. It was like $500 to race around Pocono Speedway. You know what? That shit lasts. It's like, yeah, I took a friggin' race car out on the track to drive fast and feel that power. I'm good. You ain't driving like that on the highway, because if you do, you get tickets, then your insurance goes up, and then you're more in debt. All right? This car thing's crazy. You people are crazy. Everybody I know when we were younger, we were starting out getting houses, we didn't have new cars. We drove some manageable stuff. The housing crisis is a spending crisis. Now, there's a lot of different areas in the country that are all different, wages and tax brackets as far as, your school taxes and so forth. And the Northeast is expensive as shit. And you come over here in Pennsylvania, where I am currently sitting an hour away from where my primary house is. And my little house, my tax bill is $1,400. My primary house, it's $6,600, $6,700. It's a bigger house, it's twice the size, but still. And that's cheap, $6,600, $6,700. That's cheap on the tax scale for what's by my house, because I have a 2,000 or 1,900 square foot home, and the rest of the people, all these McMansions, are all 3,500, 3,000. They're all 10, 12,000. All right, but anyhow, kind of getting off topic. We're talking about spending. These little bills, they add up. They add up. I made the previous comment about Starbucks, and people say, oh, Starbucks hasn't stopped me from getting a house. Well, like I said, $5 a day for Starbucks, that's about what? I don't know. And I'm not even sure $5. Just call it $5. Okay, it's $25 a week, $100 a month. That sports package for ESPN or whatever, add that into the mix. How much is that a month? All right, add the Amazon Prime. It's just little stuff, right? Add all this stuff up and see what it comes to a month. This is shit that we didn't have when we were younger. And people say, oh, you boomers, you ruined it for everybody. I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X, apparently. Well, we didn't have all this extraneous spending that you guys have. It's crazy. It's crazy. Car payments. You didn't start out life with a $700, $800, $900 car payment. Most of me and my friends, we had used cars with a small loan, $200 a month, which you can still do, by the way. You can go out and you can buy a Nissan Sentra. You can buy, a Honda Accord that's used. You say, you know what, we got to start our family. We got to do this right. We can't go overboard. You got to have a manageable payment, just a reliable car. And if something happens, you got some money put away, you can fix the car. You don't have to have a brand new freaking car. Again, this Caleb Hammer guy, the shit that I'm seeing people walk in there with and the debt that they have. There's one guy in there, he literally had like 15 credit cards, all maxed out. He buys a Harley. He buys a second Harley, by the way, not even the first Harley. And the guy, Caleb tells him, you got to sell that bike. Well, why would I sell that bike? I just bought it. You can't afford it. That's why you sell it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I said before, you got to lock down. You got to do a whole reset. You got to lock down. You got to start over. You got to pretend you're broke to get a house in this world. All right. It's no concerts. You don't go to concerts. You don't go to football games. I went to a football game. Or was it No, it was a baseball game. I'm sorry, baseball game. It was a Mets game. And I got a box, a suite. All right. I didn't pay for it. Somebody else paid for it. But I had the ticket. The ticket was $230-something for a seat. Are you out of your goddamn mind? To watch a bunch of millionaires sit up there and swing at a ball? Now, I ate like a son of a bitch. It was all free food and drink. We drank all the beer in that suite. The guy was probably wishing he didn't invite me. All right. But normally, beers are what? They're like $12, $14 for a beer. Oh, well, you only go once in a while. Yeah, you only go once in a while, but for that one ticket, you're looking at like it was $40 to park the car. Just an example. You don't have to go to that game. You can still watch it on TV and be living. Okay? You don't have to go to that festival. People talk about, going to these festivals, we spent X amount of dollars, we traveled there because, we need to live. You see this behind me? I'm building this house. Every weekend I come here. Every weekend. I'm building it. My money. Every dollar I have goes into this house. All right? I'm not out of touch. I'm putting new housing together right now. Not 30 years ago. I'm doing it right now. I bought a piece of property. I got a building permit. I drew up a set of plans that anybody could really do with a little bit of mechanical drawing ability. Where you buy them online for $750, and every weekend I come here and work on this house. Well, guess what? Look behind me. Look at those woods. Man, I got deer walking behind here. I got the birds. I'm on a dead-end street. This is paradise, man. I come here every weekend, and I'm living. This is living. Starts getting the end of the day. I crack open a beer. Then I drink beer for the last few hours that I'm working on and I'm using power tools when I'm drinking beer, kids. Yeah, okay. Haven't cut my fingers off yet. All right? I'm living. This is life. I'm living. I don't have to be at a football game or a festival or out spending money at some friggin' place. I'm setting up my future. I'm killing it. Now I'm killing myself working on this house too, but all my extra money goes into this house. Every dollar that I can come up with that doesn't pay bills for my primary residence, which is paid for, goes into this place. I'm living every day. I'm here right now. I just had breakfast. I'm getting ready to start the day, and I'll be here as long as I can stand it. I'm 57 years old. If I only want to work so long, I'll work so long. All right. Whenever I want to quit, I'll quit. If this house takes me 3.5, 4 years, I don't give a shit. I'm living. I'm living here while you guys are out there saying, well, we got to live. You got to live. You got to do this and that. I'm living. I'm breathing. I'm enjoying my surroundings, and I'm working hard. And I'm spending every dollar I have for a roof over my head. This isn't for a separate house, vacation house. But if this is your primary house, that's more the damn reason to buckle down so you have a roof over your head. People are sweating making a payment on their house or paying rent, and they can't get ahead in this world. Yeah, things are a little messed up here, and AI is really going to put an ass whooping on employment in the future. But this isn't a brand new problem. This is a problem that's been going on for a few years now. All right? Your spending is out of control. It just is. And you've done it so willy-nilly, and your parents set you up doing it because, your parents are probably my age. And they just let you do it. They bought you a new car for your 16th birthday because now they could afford to do that, right? Yeah, my 16th birthday, shit. I got a birthday card, A lot of my friends didn't get a new car. Maybe their parents bought them a $1,000 car. I remember we buy $750 cars all day long, all right? Yeah, that was 1985, but okay. How about a $3,500 car? You're all spoiled. Your parents bought you too much shit and you think you deserve it. You don't deserve anything. Just because your parents are set, did the right things and spoil you, that's not real life. They're spoiling you with their money. That's not your money. You didn't buy that new car. You don't deserve that new car. Your parents bought it for you. Now you think this is just the way life is supposed to be. It's not the way life's supposed to be. Life's supposed to be you taking care of yourself. And the best way to take care of yourself is you buy shit within your within your budget. You don't spend too much. You buy an expensive car plus insurance. Look where you're at. You're working to make a car payment. For what? To drive from point A to point B so you can impress your friends? You got to get the sunroof. You got to get the low profile wheels. Crazy, man. Crazy. And don't say, oh, well, screw you, and this guy's out of touch. I'm not out of touch, man. I'm building a house right now. At the same time, a lot of you people are complaining you can't get ahead in this world because houses are too expensive. I'm right there with you. The difference is I'm doing it, and I'm paying for it, all right? I didn't get to live home with my parents. A lot of you guys live at home with your parents for years and years. You didn't save any friggin' money, man. You're out there driving a fancy car, going to festivals, this, that, and the other thing. You didn't save shit. Not all of you. I'm generalizing here. Not all of you. If you live at home, man, that is, and you get along with your parents, because that's a big thing. If you get along with your parents and your parents let you do it, you get a job, you drive a beater car to wherever, not saying beater, it's not to have rust and shit all over it, but just a decent car, and you sock every dime that you can away for 2 or 3 years, then when you go to buy a house, you have some money put away, all right? You don't just I'm living my life, and then all of a sudden, you're 26 years old, living with your parents, and you got $5,000 saved because you've been living your best life. Your parents set you up for failure, man. That's just all there is to it. Set you up for failure. I was out of the house when I was 21 years old, man, dead broke. I couldn't live home. I couldn't live home with my parents. If I could have lived home with my parents, man, I would have saved a bunch of money. There's a whole different story there. My parents were struggling, family business. I wasn't making any money, right? But I moved out with my girlfriend, 21 years old. And we started with zero. All right. And then, what I did to set myself up is crazy. Crazy. With not making a lot of money. You can live home with your parents. Live home with your parents. Save every goddamn dollar you can save. Live like it's your last dollar. Put that away and build for your future. Get rid of those friggin' cars, man. If you got a car, and especially you people you young kids, you're upside down on your loans. I know somebody who's been upside down on her loans since she was 16 years old and sold her first car. Not 16, because she traded in when she was like 17 or whatever. She's been upside down since she was 17 years old. Now she's probably $10,000 upside down, at least. And just keeps getting worse. Just keeps on going, more upside down, more upside down. Got to have the new car, though. Got to have the big new car that she doesn't friggin' need. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Young guys and girls, I don't know why you think you're entitled and you deserve everything that you talk about online. I deserve a new car. I work hard. You don't deserve shit. You just don't. You deserve to put a roof over your head as you get out of your parents' house. You deserve to be responsible. That's what you deserve to do. You don't deserve to go to concerts. You don't deserve to go to festivals. You don't deserve to buy a Coach bag. You don't deserve to go. Man, I'm going to go out on a tangent here about this whole wedding thing because I have to. I'm sorry. When I got married, we had a choice. We gave my mother-in-law a choice because she came to some money. She's paying for the wedding. We just wanted the money. We just wanted the money for a house. We didn't want the wedding. No. She wanted the big wedding. Well, the wedding was for her. It wasn't for us. All right. She could have taken all that money she spent on the wedding and just given it to us and would have given us a little bit step up in life. But you can't just have weddings anymore. All right. You can't even just have a bachelor party with a bunch of guys with a designated driver going to titty bars and fucking getting drunk and just having a good time. Nope. Now you got to have a destination bachelor party and bachelorette party. You got to go to foreign land. You got to spend a shit ton of money. Right? And then you get the wedding. Oh my God, everybody wants to be a princess. Right? It's my special day. Half your friggin' marriages end up in divorce. Don't make it that special. Just get friggin' married. Go to my son got married in a Elks Club. Cheap as shit. Best wedding, one of the best weddings I've ever been to because the people that were there and the DJ. All right? Then I went to a pompous-ass wedding afterwards. It sucked. It wasn't even fun. All right? It wasn't even fun. It's all about the music and the people there. It's not about the facility you get married in. You know, the table arrangements. Who gives a shit? At the end of the day, who gives a shit? You're going to get married? Get married at a reasonable place. Tell your parents, instead of giving me this big wedding, give us a leg up. Give us some money. Tell the people that are coming, instead of giving us gifts, cash gifts would be more appreciated because we're trying to start out in this world. All right. It starts with your Sweet 16 parties, and you all just think, oh my God, you can't even have a Sweet 16 party anymore with a couple friends coming over. Now it's got to be this big event. It's got to be like a fucking ball wedding. Are you kidding me? What's wrong with this generation, man? You just spend money like it's never going to stop, and then you just think you're entitled. It's my special day. I don't want to wear an $800 dress. I want to wear that $3,000 dress. I got news for you. We went to a graduation a few years back. My wife was like 42 years old. She was wearing a $12 dress. There was some lady at the table bragging about her $450 dress, and she looked like a pile of shit. My wife is knocking them dead with a $12 dress. Every man in that place was looking at my wife for a $12 dress. Nobody gives a shit about the cost of the dress. It's how you look in any kind of dress. It doesn't matter. Oh, gotta have this expensive dress. Like the dollar value is going to make the dress look better. It doesn't make it look better. It just doesn't. It's ridiculous. And designer clothes and got to wear shit with a label on it for status. Oh, I don't even know the names today, so I'm just going to sound like a fool. Back in my day, you had Izod, that little alligator on the chest, right? Oh, these are Izod. It's the stupidest shit in the world. All right? I get my clothes at friggin' Walmart. I don't look that stylish. I got a couple nice pairs of clothes for when I go out. Otherwise, I wear shit. You know why? Because denim is made everywhere in this world, right? Your jeans are all made in China. They're all made in assembly line from rolls of denim, okay? Some Chinese dude is over there stitching it a certain way, depending on the name brand, in the same factory. I noticed for a fact, my wife's aunt went to it's a long story, but they were at a factory in China making pocketbooks. And they literally had a football stadium-sized building with tables 100 foot long. And they were making Coach. They were making JCPenney's. They were making Cartier. All that shit. I don't even know if Cartier is a pocketbook, but it sounds familiar. All these different pocketbook lines they were making at each table in the same factory. But the Coach bag, what are you going to pay for that versus the JCPenney bag? Fucking ridiculous, man. Anyhow, I don't want to make this another 40-minute video because I get crazy. Live like you're broke, save your damn money, and get a roof over your head. When you get a little more established, you start to spend some money when you get your family together and you got everything figured out. Stop with the spending. You're spending on stupid shit every day. I just wish I could shake some of you, like fucking wake up, man. You don't need all this. You need a roof over your head. You get the roof over your head after a few years. You got some equity. You got some worth. And you're looking to look around and go, man, thank God we tightened our belt up and did this, because if we kept on spending, we were never going to have a house. Well, who's going to make that choice for you? You got to make the choice yourself. Anyhow, that's it. Quit spending. Bye.